not here, you missing out. Is this show?
Hey guys, my name is Sophia and I am a podcaster. I host a podcast called Vocalize with Sophia. I also am a Twitch streamer and I do a lot of wrestling related content. I love wrestling, you love wrestling, we love wrestling.
Welcome back to the We Love Wrestling spot. You know, we love doing things, just introducing you to new people that you should know out here. This person, I came across her on Twitch, also saw her on YouTube. She has over 69,000 plus followers on Twitch. Maybe she's at 70,000 because when I last saw it, it was at 69.9. Her name is Sophia V. How are you doing today, man?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing good myself. So the first question I always ask before we get into anything is, why do you love wrestling, or what started your love for wrestling?
Okay, so I grew up in Africa, and we had very limited access to pro wrestling, just I think it was like the only thing on TV. So like started watching it, and it was like Stone Cold and The Rock, and Mick Foley, and all these amazing wrestlers. But I wasn't like a diehard fan when I was a young girl. I think as I got older, I don't know what I think it's the athleticism that I really appreciate, and it's entertaining as opposed to me as opposed to other sports, because there's storylines behind that. I mean, if they start incorporating storylines in soccer, football, and other sports, then who knows? I might start watching them. I like storylines.
You watch ESPN, you know, they got storylines on there all the time about the athletes and stuff in the football team.
It's not here. We don't have that. ESPN.
Oh, wow. What, you got like a sports channel there? What you got?
BBC Sports, right?
Yeah.
Sky Sports. Yeah, but it's more like commentary, like Michael Cole, just like data facts, like there's no like if you compare it to commentating, like it would be Michael Cole as opposed to like Pat McAfee. I'll say it properly.
Oh, okay. That's a shame. I would have thought y'all had ESPN there. So growing up, who was like some of your favorite? Like you said, you saw Stone Cold, The Rock, Mick Foley, but who's some of your favorites?
My favorite of all time is The Undertaker. Yeah. I used to like Kane until recently, and it's so hard to separate his his views to his wrestling, because especially The Undertaker, Paul Bearer is like my favorite thing about wrestling. I'm obsessed with Paul Bearer, and like Kane is a huge part of that storyline with The Undertaker and brothers, and Kane being Paul Bearer's son, and just like all his current views on women. It's just it's hard to separate my love for him as a wrestler to how he is as a human being.
So when you're young, I notice when you're younger, you don't care about that. But as you get older and you start finding out people's personal views about things, even if you try to stay away from it, it starts to shape you if you like this person or not. The Undertaker, Paul Bearer.
Yeah.
You said your favorite part of wrestling. What brought you in about Paul Bearer? What makes him the favorite part of wrestling for you?
I think he has so much passion. It's unreal. Like his passion is just so unmatched, in my opinion. Like he really dedicated to that character. He gave it everything, and it's just like, for me, very heartwarming to watch. Like I'm just like obsessed. I'm very unfortunate that he's passed away now, because he's somebody, if I could speak to anyone, it would be him.
What's your favorite Undertaker match?
I don't know, because I feel like I have so many. I can't just say like there's one particular one that I enjoy. I love the storylines and the promos with Paul Bearer. I've watched them like 10 million times. where Sarah is like, there was this boy he was working as a mortician, and there was this boy there, and he was a bad child, and he had a sweet little brother who was supposed to be trained. I just love like all of that.
So let's put you over for a second. How did you get into podcasting and interviewing people? Because you've interviewed a lot of people out here.
So I actually, because I wanted to speak to Dr. Yvonne Ridley, and that's the reason why I got into podcasting, because she's a journalist from the UK, and she's the one who exposed UK and US for spying on the United Nations to place sanctions on Iraq. And there's a movie about her called Official Secrets with Keira Knightley. And like, you know, she got kidnapped by the Taliban, like amazing journalist. And I was like, I need to speak to her. Like, how am I going to speak to her? So I just decided to start a podcast, and I reached out to her and I was like, hey, I have a podcast. I would love to know your story. And that's actually the reason that, you know, inspired me to start a podcast. And like now at the moment, I'm speaking with her to like provide solutions for women in Afghanistan. And it's so surreal because it's like this. I'm a huge fan of hers, and now I'm in like this group, and we're trying to, you know, find solutions for women in Afghanistan because the sanctions there are just insane.
So I got to ask, I got to spotlight one that you did. You talked to Vince Russo.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have strong opinions on him. So how was it talking to him? Like, a lot of people say he's just rude and they wouldn't want to talk to him and everything, but it seems like he was very open in the interview you two had.
Yeah, I mean, I never had a bad experience with him. Like, he was very pleasant, and you know, I think people struggle. Like, first of all, like, he's not a terrorist, right? He's not like, do you know what I mean? People want me to into like I'm MI6 or like the CIA, and I'm here to like interrogate him. Like, it's not even that deep. Do you know what I mean? So like when I spoke to him, loads of people were like, oh, he should have been tougher, and I'm like, huh? Like, he's not a terrorist. What did he do that's actually bad? Like, I don't know. Did he commit any crimes? You know what I mean? Like, he's for me, he was really nice, very friendly. We spoke. I asked him questions, and I did want to ask him questions that he's been asked 100 times. It makes no sense, you know. And when I spoke to him, we got to see like the emotional side of him, because when he was speaking about China, he got emotional because that's his friend and she passed away in unfortunate circumstances. And he was like, you know, nearly crying when he was talking about her.
China was one of my favorite people back then. Well, still, you know, China, good stuff. I heard you talk a little about women's wrestling on one of your vocal minds that you have.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the state of women's wrestling? And before you answer that, do you watch all wrestling, or are you just, I'm really focused on this company or that company?
So where I am, I don't get access to like a lot of things because I'm not in America. So it's really hard for me to access things. So I watch, I'm not like biased to just WWE, but for me, WWE is the most easiest accessible, you know, because of having the network. And then the other ones like Impact, I wouldn't even know where to get it. New Japan, I hear you can get an app. I just don't know if it's worth me getting another wrestling app. I already have the network. Do you know what I mean?
I feel you.
The indie shows in America, again, it's very hard for me to access. But I like Thunder Rosa's promotion. And in fact, if they're ever in a town where any of my friends are, I'd get them tickets. I know I love her. She's incredible.
That's that's the homie right there. Mission Pro. If y'all watching this, August 20th, they got Hard Day Nights available on Title Match Network. If you help sponsor, the money is going to the shooting that happened at the Uvalde down in Texas. We are proud sponsors with Mission Pro from day one, so everybody support that. Uh, so you get Mission Pro there.
I like Janae Kai. I know you promote. Well, you like show her a lot. I think she has an amazing look, and I think she has an incredible future because I presume she's young, right? She looks very young.
In her 20s, so yeah.
Yeah, so I think she has a great future ahead. She's got a very unique look.
Yeah. If you could name 3 women out here besides Janai Kai that you got your eye on, who would those 3 women be?
Can I mention people in WWE?
Yeah, you can. Anybody across anywhere in wrestling.
Okay, so I love Bianca. I think she's amazing, right? And as a woman of color, like she's when they say, oh, WWE ain't really launching like new stars, I'm like, Bianca's being pushed to the moon right now. Do you know what I mean? And you see her not only in pro wrestling, but like doing red carpets and doing a lot of things outside of wrestling, right? So they're really creating a brand for her. So I think she's amazing because I think she needs to improve on the mic, and hopefully that will happen. But she looks incredible, and she's a good wrestler. She's a great athlete. She's a good wrestler. Who else do I love? Io Shirai. I don't know what's going on with her. Apparently, she's coming to the end of her contract, and so she might be leaving NXT.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. So I miss her. So,
I love Kaylee Ray though. I love Kaylee. She's a great athlete.
What they call her now?
The name Alba.
Alba Fire.
Yeah, I don't know why, but she's so good. Like she can take some bumps.
Oh yeah, she definitely can. Taking bumps. Did you watch Money in the Bank?
I did.
What'd you think about those bumps out there?
So the entire show was actually better than I thought it would be, because I didn't have high hopes for it. I didn't think Liv was going to win for the women, which is great. I know the internet was really like, she's got massive support on social media. So I feel like they wanted her to win, but I didn't think she was going to get it. And so her winning was a very huge surprise. I think for me, the best match would be the Usos versus Street Profits. I think both the women's and men's matches were mediocre, like nothing like, oh my God, you know what I mean? Like Seth Rollins ran an amazing wrestler. You didn't notice anything that he did. It could have not been then. You would have not noticed. You know what I mean?
I watched the women's match, but I haven't watched the men's Money in the Bank match yet because I was just like, because everybody been saying what you saying. They're like, it's nothing really to be excited about.
Yeah. I feel sorry for Shotzi because apparently she deactivated her Twitter account because everyone's calling her like a really shit wrestler, which is really sad. But also when you're in this business, I guess you have to kind of have tough skin, right? So it's sad that like obviously she's human and people make mistakes. You know what I mean? She's not well seasoned, so people are just really bad critics, and so I feel bad for her. So the Lashley and Theory match to me was kind of boring, but I'm happy that Lashley's getting the time on TV. Every pay-per-view he's there, you know what I mean? They're building him. He deserves it. He's amazing. He looks incredible, and it's good to see. And that's all I can really say. Like Austin, I call him Austin. Theory coming in at the end and him winning was no surprise. I feel like he's kind of like the sweetheart of WWE at the moment, and like the baby or the one that's getting pushed, like the little brother that everyone loves. So that was really surprised about that, to be honest.
Yeah, I thought they could have went a few different ways, but
Yeah.
we got to deal with Theory. So
They're doing Seth Rollins so dirty, considering he is a really good wrestler, right? I don't know what they're doing with him, and it's so sad, really.
are they doing him dirty, or did he get a lot when he first started, and now
Yeah.
I mean, he hasn't won a pay-per-view in a while, so I'm against that. I need him to win something. But yeah, I don't know. He should have some type of championship. Is Seth Rollins too big for the Intercontinental or US champion?
No.
No.
Do you think he is?
No, I don't think so. I just don't know, like, right now what he's doing. I think he's even though he's losing matches, his work right now is like second to none because he's entertaining. He gets in the ring and he produces. It's like he's in limbo.
Yeah. Who knows if Cody didn't get injured, what that story could have been built up to be. Do you know what I mean? It could have been the next big feud, like Brock and Roman. Who knows? But now Cody's out, so we'll just never know what was the future of that.
Hopefully, yeah. I'm not gonna say that. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I was going to give a theory, but I'm gonna leave that to myself because might get in trouble. So Liv champion.
Mm-hmm.
Expected, she's a champion. What do you think about her run? Because a lot of people have been out here saying she's gonna lose the belt real quick.
Yeah, I think that's true. I don't know if she's got she looks good, she's a good wrestler, but she doesn't have that confidence of like a champ. I don't know wait, do you know when Charlotte's back from her marriage honeymoon?
She might be back on Friday. I don't know. They
Interesting.
haven't said nothing, but if she shows up on Friday, then
she's gonna lose the belt.
Yeah, I hope they don't have her lose it like that quick. But if Charlotte shows up anywhere from now to SummerSlam, then I'm scared for Liv.
Yeah.
Because in my head, I'm like, so everybody on the internet, Money in the Bank, Liv should win.
Yeah.
He won.
Mm-hmm.
Usually when it goes like that, they don't give you what you think should happen. So it's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you get AEW over there?
We do. However, again, it's on Wednesday, so I can stay up late on Friday. I don't mind. Wednesday and Monday are very difficult on Tuesday. So, like, I'll watch 1 hour of Raw on Monday. It starts at 1 a.m. I'll watch it till 2 and go to sleep because it's until 4. Tuesday, I'll watch 1 hour. I actually like NXT. I think it's the best one out of all of them. I don't know, maybe it's young and quirky, you know what I mean? So I like NXT, so I watch NXT. I don't watch Dynamite on Wednesday, but I watch the highlights. So I watched the entire segment on Friday. And then I'll watch SmackDown. So I don't watch Rampage I don't even know. Are WWE still doing that Level Up show that they were doing every Friday?
That who?
They have a show which is like after SmackDown. I don't know if they still have it for like 3 matches. And they put all the NXT like up and coming talent. So it's on like 2:30.
Oh, okay. NXT Level Up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that does come on. I usually watch that on like Saturdays because I'm not. It's Friday night. I'm ready to go out.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I watch that on Saturdays. NXT 2.0. You said you like the show. I like the show.
Yeah.
Is it the storylines and everything and the new characters they bringing in is like taking it back for you, or what is it about NXT 2.0?
You know what? first of all, it's like the most diverse promotion, mainstream promotion out there, right? So it's really cool to see like hood people, yeah, being not even color, but just hood, like ghetto people, as in the storyline. So like urban, like hip hop vibes, right? So like Carmelo and people like that, right? Because then a lot of people who can relate to them, right? Because like crazy white guys, not everyone can relate to that, right?
Right.
It's cool to watch, don't get me wrong. I love watching Jeff Hardy in his prime, right? But how do I relate to Jeff Hardy? I can't, right? So it's good to see like all the diversity and they're great wrestlers. I think Carmelo is amazing. Wesley is incredible. So I really enjoy watching NXT. They're not good on the mic, but they really put on a show. Like they give it their all. And I think maybe because they're still trying to impress like the bosses so they can get on to the other show where they really give it their all, as opposed to some of the biggest stars on WWE. They know they've got a job, so they don't care. Like, sometimes Charlotte's just like mid energy. She's not, because she knows she's Charlotte Flair. She don't need to like sweat today. She'll just come out and like dance around in the ring, and right, she doesn't need to. Even Ronda Rousey. But the NXT stars, they really go hard with the energy, and so I like to see that.
What, they got a show coming on tonight?
Yeah.
Great American. Is it the Great American Bash?
Yeah.
Mellow retainer?
I hope so.
Just got to see. That's the A champ. Got to find out where your head at. What else they got on this show?
I think Braun and Grimes is what they're building up as well, right?
I'm so over that. Yeah. Grimes versus Braun. I got Braun winning that.
Yeah.
Creed brothers versus Roger Strong and Damian Kemp.
Yeah.
Roger Strong's in limbo, so I don't know what's going on there. And I think it's a women's match, but I don't know which one it is.
I haven't seen the card. So you didn't watch Money in the Bank because they had like a promo, but no one knows who it is, and it's like very dark. So a lot of people are assuming it is Bray Wyatt. Have you seen it?
Talking about Edge promo?
Is it Edge's promo? I thought it was Edge's promo as the Brood, right? So everyone is saying who's that going to be?
Yeah, the red. So my thought is Edge.
Yeah, coming back as the Brood.
Everybody's saying Bray Wyatt, but I'm like, I don't know. I don't think so. And then somebody has like took some pictures that was still shots from it, and it was like a Hardy Boys, the armbands, Eddie Guerrero's license plate, and what was the other one? Oh, the Dudley Boys glasses.
Yeah.
So if it is Bray Wyatt, I mean that's a loop, but I don't think it will be. Who is somebody in NXT that you don't think people talk about that they should be looking out for?
Okay. That's a really good question. Zion Quinn.
That's a good choice.
I would say. Indy? I don't like Indy, but hey, she's there.
Indy Hartwell?
Yeah.
I think ever since Gargano and Candice LeRae left, like she's just floating. And I feel like they need to flush her character out too. And then I could get behind it because they had her with Roxy and with Roxanne and Cora.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. You don't like Indy though? Indie wrestling?
Shit, no, I don't know. I think she honestly, if there's somebody that's gonna get released, I think that she will be. Just because I feel like she ain't bringing nothing to the table in that sense. Like no one on the internet really talks about her. I don't know if she's selling much. So things like that is what they look look at. Like Nikita is like probably the most talked about woman, and Mandy Rose.
And that's why I be telling people, I'll be like, y'all don't like these people so much, but if you looked at WWE's models since like the early 2010s, they say the most talked about thing on social media. So no matter if you don't like them, if you still putting that person name on the internet, they just take that as they talking about them. All right, let's keep pushing it. Um, People will learn one day though. Let's see, man. Well, we've been here like 30 minutes. That's usually our time here. So I'm gonna ask you this question: if you could make WWE included, well, it can be WWE. If you could make 3 matches happen in WWE at this point, what 3 matches would you make happen?
Cora and Janai Kai. That'd be quite cool. What else would I want to see? Okay, so Ronda Rousey and Jade Cargill. What's the last one? Let me think. Last one would be. Okay, I don't know why this is in my head, but Edge and Chris Jericho, just because I feel like they're at the end of their career. Let them have one more match, make it iconic. Like they're both like really good wrestlers, really known. You know what I mean? They have legacy, and so they should go out at the same time, do one last match, Jericho and Edge, and they can both retire after that.
Do you think they've been in too long? Or you still like their runs, or you just want to retire?
I think that Jericho's at the end of his career, and I think he should end his career in WWE because just like traditionally, that's kind of like where he grew his wings, right? So he should. And Edge, do you know, I think he would be great as a manager, like going forward for somebody that needs him. He could be like MVP. Obviously a better because he's got legacy. However, you know, again, I don't know. I think people holding on to like early on Edge is not the same guy. It's a completely different person. But he people still love him though. So
I figured that's why they took him out that the Judgment Day.
yeah.
He was trying to get booed, but people were still cheering him. I'm like, we didn't have Edge for like 10 years. What you expect people just to be like, oh, you're a bad guy? Nah, we just happy to have you here, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see. Now, just to go back to the podcast mindset, because you are a fellow podcaster out here. Well, I say I don't do podcasts, I do spotlights. When you got into podcasting, after you talk to the woman and then you start talking to more and more people, do you have like an end goal for this or something that you're trying to do with your podcast?
Speak to as many people that I admire, who I think are really cool. That's probably the goal, and like interesting people and like game changers and people who go against the grain. So yeah, I guess so. That would be.
Have you reached out to Janai Kai yet?
I have not. I should. I will do. I will do. She's super. Yeah, no, I will do. And I've spoke to Thunder Rosa, and I love everything that she is doing. Like really a pioneer for women, and she really believes in women in wrestling, which is great,
Janai, I'm putting a bird in your ear to speak with Sophia V. It's a good look for you. Make it happen. That's a reminder for me. So let's see if we go here. Boom, boom, boom. This is about to do one of our last spots here. But before we do that, I always ask this question. I lean in a little bit. The Rock or Stone Cold?
Stone Cold. In what though? Wrestling or on the mic?
Overall.
Okay, Stone Cold.
No right or wrong answer.
Okay, no, but he is like next level, mate. There is nothing like that creature, human being.
So, guys, even though we were tied up on our last one, we are now at 14 to 13 Stone Cold's way. It took us a while to get the Rock up to 13, and Sophia has the Rock losing again this week. So, 14 Stone Cold, 13 Rock, 27 guests. Trying to see who gets there first. So Sophia, come to the end time. Last thing that we do, what we call here, is our put yourself over moment. This is where you let the people know your social media, things that you have coming up. You tell them about the interview you just released about an hour ago or so. Any ways they can support you. Tell them about the Twitch that's booming. You just want you to put yourself over.
Okay, so guys, you can follow me on Twitch /Sophia Sophia. Follow me on Instagram, which is Sophia is Vocal, and Twitter. I just put out an interview with Sean Rossap on YouTube, so you can go and listen to that. And you can support me on Twitch, and any fundraising that I do in the future. Like I really a humanitarian, so I want to do more stuff for people in the third world, and if I ever do anything, please support these people.
There it is. As always, guys, all the links will be right in the bottom, so you can go ahead and click the link up, subscribe, get on her YouTube page. I think I'm subscribed. I should be subscribed. Follow her Instagram or Twitter and all other things. Sophia, before we leave, any final words or any last things you want to say?
Where is the next Mission Pro Wrestling event?
Where is it?
Yeah.
San Antonio, Texas.
Okay, cool. When is it?
August 20th.
Oh, okay.
Hard Day's Night. Do you have Title Match Network over there?
No.
Dang. I'll tell you when we get offline. I may have something for you. Let's see. Other than that, I'm Trey D. You know what I'm saying? Like, thanks, Sophia, for giving us this time just talking wrestling. We love Wrestling Weekly. We love Wrestling Spot. And like I always say, if I love wrestling and you love wrestling, then we love wrestling. It's 2 Street for the culture.
I love
wrestling and you love wrestling, then we. You're not here, you missing out. Is this show?